It was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible the whole weekend. He didn't care. He didn't care. I went 0-3 during the apocalypse, week 7. I told him, I was like, listen, spare me one game. Spare me one. Spare me one. He didn't care. I told him I had a family, but he just kept beating me. The apocalypse kept beating me and beating me. He had no remorse, as if it was something personal. Oh, I never experienced anything like this. He had no remorse whatsoever. I didn't want to make this video, but I knew I had an obligation because I'm still breathing. He was like had the strength of 20 men, and it was only one being. It was only one being. Oh my God, it was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. The apocalypse, I never want to see him again. But I have to make this content for you all. And I gotta face my fears. I have to face my fears. And I can't be afraid to show you what happened to me during the apocalypse. What that evil source did to me. Look what this monster did to me. Look at my face. I had to show my sons this. Look at my eye. He busted my lips. He even tried to slash me in my neck. Oh gosh. I can't take it. Oh gosh. Oh. People, please never have to go through what I had to go through. I barely was able to open my eyes this morning. I'm beaten and bruised. The apocalypse is a very evil being. 0-3, who deserves that? I just try to help people. That's what I get for trying to win while I'm trying to help people. Give me a moment. Please give me a moment. And I'll pull it together. Just a second, please. Oh, okay, I'm back. I just pulled myself together a little bit. You just kind of have to bear with me. I wasn't going to make you guys wait until I was fully recovered before I dropped new content. But just bear with me. I know this is going to look horrendous, but let's just fight through this together. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking. We're just going to push through together. We can do this as a team. I believe in you guys. I don't care if I win, as long as you win. We're going to get to it. Let's get to week 8. Pull it together, Anthony. We're going to get to week 8. I'm still shaking over this. Week 8's waivers. Let's pick up some guys that can make a difference. Whew. Only 2 teams on bye this week, and the Ravens and the Raiders, so you shouldn't have to be needing quarterbacks too often. Quarterbacks for week 8. Week 8 waivers. You shouldn't need anybody, but just in case. You know, Flacco got signed. Flacco just recently got signed. Forgive me if I'm a little shaky still. To the Jets. But who's starting Flacco? So we're not going to talk about Flacco anymore. Sam Darnold plays against, I know he had a rough day, but Sam Darnold plays against Houston. No, against Atlanta, I'm sorry. Versus Atlanta. Tua, he was my main recommendation last week. You remember I had him on top. And he was my recommendation. Number one quarterback to stream last week. Got over 30 fantasy points. If you want to ride with your Sam Darnold, you feeling frisky? You shouldn't feel frisky, but just remember, I put him up here. Ben Roethlisberger. We're just going to put Big Ben. Plays against Cleveland. I believe he'll have a solid 2-touchdown day and probably have 300 yards or close to it. Hopefully he'll only have one turnover. He can have a nice day, nice streaming day. Also, Tua, we talked about Tua. But I'm putting him third because he plays against Buffalo. But he definitely probably won't score 30-some points against Buffalo, but they'll be losing a lot, so he'll be running and throwing a lot. I can see him with almost 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, but unfortunately he might have multiple turnovers. So in that order, 1, 2, 3, but it's only 2 quarterbacks on bye, so you shouldn't need to waiver a quarterback. All right, let's get to running backs. Okay, let's get to running backs. Like I said, first one, obviously, we're going to go with Kenneth Gainwell. Here's the deal here. I know it sounds promising and it looks good, but word is that Miles Sanders is only week to week. So he split the workload virtually half and half last week between him and Boston Scott, Gainwell and Boston Scott when he went down. So it's only 1 week, 2 weeks max probably. You know, even though Miles Sanders is a little bit slow to heal, but it's not a long-term answer, okay? But Kenneth Gainwell, if you need a spot, start as a flex. All right, let's go with, I'm also going to put here, just slash Boston Scott. Because, you know, a lot of times these coaches like to actually go with the actual veteran presence. And again, he's been in the system a lot longer than Gainwell. This if you need this type of thing, but if you don't, let's keep it moving. Number 2. Never thought I'd be saying this, but we're going to go with Samaje Perine. Okay? He's a clear backup for Mixon. Got all the garbage time against Baltimore pass this past week, broke out for a long run. I think he's really truly coming to his own now. Mixon is in the best bill of health. So especially if you got Mixon, you need to be cuffing him with Perine. Stop being a douche and not cuffing your freaking main elite running backs. You find yourself in purgatory trying to limp to the championship, and it won't work that way. More times than not. Number 3, Brandon Bolden. Now, he is the receiving threat over there. Okay? Now, he's playing behind the main back, obviously. Something the coach don't like, obviously. Keeps deactivating old boys. So we're just going to put, Brandon Bolden is the one to be had over there as a backup. Well, it's at least always going to be the receiving back. He will never be the bell cow. But as long as the coach keep deactivating Ramondre Stevenson, he's going to have value because he's the best catcher by far over there. Okay? I know you guys are getting tired of looking at my black eye, but he hit me with a left. I kind of dodged the right, but then he came so fast with the left. I've never seen hand speed like the BYE-POCALYPSE has. He just kept hitting me with the left. I thought it was going to go combination back and forth. He kept sticking me with the freaking left. That's why my freaking right side's so messed up. I better stop talking so loud. I'm going to come back and kick my ass again. All right, we're just going to end this real quick. We're going to go to the wide receivers. Okay, wide receivers. All right, now as most of you already know, Devontae Adams has come down with COVID, and he's on the COVID list. So basically making him the way he won't be able to play more times than not. I don't think he'll be able to clear that soon. So he'll probably miss the game, right? Because it's Thursday night game. As you all probably seen from my YouTube short I did the other day. I think it's BS. I think it's political. Not political as in government political, but I just don't buy into the BS. They're kind of like ensuring. Oh, my mouth hurts. Oh, crap. I don't know how long it's going to take to heal. They're just going to try their best to push this Arizona Cardinals narrative. You know how they prolong the undefeated team, just keep it going? I don't think he has freaking COVID. That's a whole different story. NFL's going to do what they want to do. I'm not going to have them censoring me. So, I think the number one pickup this week, obviously, is Alex Lazard. He's got to be the man over there. Should be getting all the quality targets. And I'm going to go number 2, in which haven't been doing jack for me for the 2 spot starts I gave him. Every time I played him, I freaking lost. Is Randall Cobb. If you're really feeling frisky. But again, only 2 weeks are on, 2 games, 2 players are on, 2 teams are on bye, so you shouldn't need them. Let's go with number 3. Let's go with Khalif Raymond. I've had my eyes on him for several weeks now, and it seems like he's getting all the main targets, the quality targets for Detroit. He caught for 100 yards against the Rams. That's saying something. No TD, but hey, 5 or 6 catches for 100 some yards. That's great. I'll take it. 4, Michael Gallup. If he's out there and if you need some play, he's coming back this week, so he'll be activated. 3-headed monster over there, 4 including the tight ends. But take a chance if you like. I won't, but you can. Darius Slayton. Nasty situation over there. A lot of those wide receivers are close to coming back. And I just wouldn't trust it. Although I do like them. But that don't mean I would start them on my freaking already battered and bruised fantasy football teams. Look at me. I'm a clear representation of them. Well, not as a whole, but definitely for this week. I got our heads above water. But enough about me. Let's go straight to tight ends. You don't know how hard it is to persevere and do YouTube fantasy football content when you just got your ass kicked by BYE-POCALYPSE. That's a man that can stand up in here and do that. Tight ends. We've already talked about these individuals twice already. We've already talked about them. But he's kind of hit and miss. When they have great games, he's a freaking tight end 1 or 2 on the week. And obviously, we're talking about CJ Uzomah. He was quiet for 2 games, and then he came back with another Herculean effort. You know, if we can ever catch him on the Herculean efforts and not give us 2s and 3s, we'd be all right. But then when that team pops, he freaking pops. He's one of the main, hell, he's damn near the wide receiver 2. I hope you guys agree with that. I think so. And we got Ricky Seals. He's been consistent. You know, all depending on what platform you're playing. He can get you double digits. But he's getting volume, okay? And again, he's damn near the wide receiver 2 over there. Because they have no other wide receiver 2. And defenses. We have Cincinnati. Man, I really did want Baltimore to freaking hold them down. But yeah, you're looking at a person that had to deal with Andy Dalton and the combination of the wide receiver catching for 201 yards. They hurt. Non-tackling Baltimore Raven bastards. Fucking suck. And Cincinnati's defense, oh man. I hate to say this as a 49er fan, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you need a streamer this week, because they play against the Bears. The Bears are all over the place. And that damn quarterback over there got a lot of learning to do. Okay? But hell, San Fran's not in the best place either. Okay? I can tell you that and be honest about it. So, there's the video. I limped through it. The things I do for you guys, man. Who else would just come through and be able to do this for you? You know? I haven't got my ass beat up until my birthday. He didn't let off my ass until freaking this morning kicking my butt. Who gets an ass whooping followed up all the way on their birthday? Now I go lick my freaking wounds and might go try to enjoy myself this evening. All right. Hope you get something out of that. That's week 8's waivers, ads, and drops. You know who to drop that's on your team? Do waivers, people. Don't sit up here and say, oh, I'm okay. I don't care if you only make one transaction. Most times you're at least going to do something. Sometimes you won't do something. Sometimes you won't. But try to continue to upgrade your team. If you see dead weight on there, get them off and then put some depth in there. Depth in there. Like if you could get Uzama, pick him up as a tight end too and drop a wide receiver that's not doing anything. Just don't stay still. Watch trends and try to hop on them. All right? This is Anthony Blade Jr. from Flawless Fantasy Football. Week 8 waivers. Hope you guys pick up somebody good and productive. If you enjoyed this content, or it's your first time, press like, subscribe to the channel. I got some news coming about the ham and egger and how it's going to be moving forward. So let's keep an eye on that. I'll get in contact with you guys soon. I might have to, I'm going to have to probably go to the emergency room again later today. Like, comment, subscribe. Flawless Fantasy Football. Peace.